Yo, did the OGs bring it? Did the OGs really bring it or nah? Chime down in the chatterization and let your boy know what you thought about last night's episode of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. I was actually in mid flight on the way back, so I didn't catch the episode last night. I literally just watched it. So I felt like, let's just go live right now while it's fresh on my brain. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to determine, I'm like, did the OGs bring it? Nene once said about, I don't know who she was talking about. She was like, was it Claudia she was talking about when she said she's trying to be it, but she got the I, but not the T? Okay. That's a little bit of what it gave me last night. They brought something, but I don't know if it was it. They brought the I, but not the T. You know what I'm saying? And to be quite honest with you, I feel like it was really, I mean, for the nostalgia of it all, I feel like, you know, to be honest with you, we saw what that was like with Carlos on the nightcap. They wanted to recreate that moment as they're trying to make Sheree the centerpiece, baby. They're trying to put Sheree in the momager role, in the grand dame role, so to speak, on this show, the peacemaker show, if that makes any sense, the round them up girl on this show. And it has never really felt like Sheree has played that role on the show before. However, I understand why they are trying to do it, as she is the last remaining OG. It feels like they're trying to put her as the nuclei, the nucleus that will just bring these ladies back together. Okay. Now, yes, Shasha Gabor, Shasha T, KANDI did refuse to film with them. I don't think it was out of spite. I just think it was out of respect. She wasn't there the first season. And so it really would have made very little sense to do so. I want to know what you guys felt about this episode overall. Um, I felt like I watched it and before anything really happened, I felt like it was over. I did enjoy the fundraiser aspect of it all because that gave me a little bit of Beverly Hills. That gave me a little bit of fabulosity. The ladies were spending money. You know what I'm saying? They were spending money on a charity. You know, that's what I really do want to see that aspect added back to Atlanta. The fabulosity, I think, from the old days is missing. Even if you did feel like it was a little bit put on, you know what I'm saying? I was watching this clip. A friend, if I could play, oh my God, I got to play it for y'all. And because I'm gonna put it on my Instagram. I sure am. Yes, I am gonna use it. And my friend, he was posting this clip of himself, and it was this thing. You know how they do the little things, the scrolling pictures or whatever.
My dress is fabulous. I love it. Has a little bit of cleavage showing. My back out. My shoes are hot. My bracelet is hot. I'm ready.
I want that back on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. That's what that's what I need back on Atlanta. My shoes are hot. My back is out. I need all those types of carrying on. You know what I'm saying? And that stuff was brought on by Nene. And I feel like while we don't have Nene back, we need a Nene personality, okay? Deuce Esquire says they actually need to bring Deshaun back. She's got a story to tell. I would agree. I would have liked to have heard more of her story. I wouldn't mind if they did a Real Housewives of Atlanta sort of legacy type of situation. Maybe they ain't got to take maybe they could go on a trip. That would be kind of dope. I mean, I feel like Sheree kind of introduced that idea. They need a vacation. But I do feel like if you're not going to bring Nene along and you're not going to bring or Nene or remember Sheree's friend Tanya, remember Tanya, y'all? Then let's not even do it, because otherwise, if we're not gonna get my back is out, I look hot, let's go to Neiman's. You know what I'm saying? I don't want it. I don't want it. So anyway, I'm going to rate this episode an 8. I mean, really, I'm giving it that for some nostalgia of it all. And because we did get some money being, dispersed at the charity event. We will save speak on it, and we will save the after show for another video. Right now, I just want to, focus on the episode in and of itself. I feel like that would be easiest for this particular live right here. Because I don't like, I don't like to be on all day. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hit it and quit it. Woo, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Let's get it in, let's get it out. Sheree, we start the episode. Oh, this episode is episode 9. It's called Better Late Than Ugly. All right. Sheree starts off getting some acupuncture. We've learned that, as a result of her fibroids, she needs to go on a healing journey. And her holistic shaman has told her that you need to take your girlfriends on a trip to Portugal. And by holistic shaman, I mean executive producers said you need to take the girls to Portugal, okay? And that's going to be your holistic healing storyline. I am drinking some tea with a whole bunch of ginger, turmeric, and cinnamon in it, just in case you guys wanted to know why the mug looked like it was a little cloudy or whatever like that. Yeah, ain't no shaman. It was called the EPs, okay? And so that's why I can't be live with y'all, because listen, y'all get to acting up, okay? So anyway, if you've ever gotten acupuncture, what I will say is this. I mean, them little needles don't feel too good when they go in. But baby, when you lay in there, okay, and you lay there for about 30 minutes, now there is the slight fear that you're gonna fall off the table and then all those needles are gonna go inside your body. I ain't gonna lie. That'd be my fear, that I'm gonna fall off the table and all the needles are gonna go into my skin. However, it is very relaxing, okay? It is very relaxing. Very relaxing. So anyway, Marlo is at home, and I feel like they was trying to give us some fabulosity by showing us Diamonddale's here and Diamonddale's there. Here at Diamonddale, there at Diamonddale, everywhere at Diamonddale, all over Marlo's home, as she's recapping her date with her assistant slash girlfriend. And by girlfriend, I just mean, hey girl, Ty. I really feel like, these scenes are meant to, again, like I said, soften Marlo a bit, because really she don't have a lot of options of people to film with at this point besides Sheree and Sanya. So welcome to the show, Ty. Anyway, the man sent her flowers. He texted her the next day, and he seems to be doing all the things, but Marlo is just afraid of letting people in who may hurt her. Girl, this to me is definitely your issue, okay? And so once we really get to talking to Miss Sharon about that, okay, I think that's when we can really begin this healing journey for you, Marlo, okay? Because I really want to see you get to that other side, and I believe you can do it. You know what I'm saying? So, as if we got to film with Ty for the rest of the season, well, by golly, let's do it. Okay, by golly, let's do it. As long as we're gonna get to the root and toot of what it is really wrong with you. Okay. And not to say I'm saying that the lady got problems, but she said it, I didn't. Anyway, Sanya, Richie Rossi, prepared to host the event there. And she found somebody that sends homeless children, okay, not to be confused with toothless, not homeless, down to the Beverly Hills, but these are the homeless children that they actually place in private school, which is a great thing. And Sanya, her organization, Mommy Nation, is going to support, the mommies that are sending the kids to the private school, okay? So they're going to have a fundraising drive, but the auctioneer has caught the panorama. It's still going. Yes, it is indeed, folks. In case you thought it was safe out there, despite what the CDC is telling you, you still can catch the COVID, okay? Dang it, I said that word on the live. Anyway, Oh golly, this is why I don't be going live. I don't even know what to say out my mouth no more, baby. I don't even know why I like to watch. But anyway, what I will say is I like that Sanya is bringing this aspect to the show because charity and fundraising are a huge part of the Housewives platform and have been for ages. For those of you guys who are OGs in the building, okay. So anyway, now the girl, I forgot her name. Is it Micah? Is it Camille? Or is it Kristen? It's Candace. What's that girl's name? Anyway, she suggests, well, why don't you ask your girlfriend Kenya? Everybody knows her. I mean, we know she's on the show with you. Ask her to do it. She's got the powers. And so Sonya's like, well, I mean, we just getting back to, getting back on a good foot again. She don't really trust me like that. So anyway, Kenya is working with Monyetta on the Kenya Moore hair care line. And Monyetta surprises, they doing a commercial, okay? And Monyetta surprises Kenya with Roy, the restaurateur who owns the Health Restaurantes, and he is there to bring a good tasty snack and to show an appearance on the show, give Kenya a quick kiss, say hello to Brooklyn, and then be on his merry way to his next destination. Thank you, Roy, for making your cameo appearance. I'm assuming that may be all we see of Mr. Roy for quite some time. I mean, listen, you know, everybody don't got to be in a relationship. And so, I'm not an advocate for people like I'm not that guy that's like, everyone must be married, because I believe, some people want to be single and free for the rest of their lives. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with it, right? But on this show, I wonder if is there pressure to have a man? Like, is there pressure from the top down? You know what I'm saying? From up at the top of the top of the tent pole, okay? Is there a little bit of pressure that says you on a show called Housewives? Why half of y'all ain't got no man? Is that a thing? That's what I really want to know. And I know I'm saying it and it sounds crazy as I said it, right? But what I mean by that is we don't see a man with you that is willing to film. Let's say that. Because these women could very well be dating, okay? But for some reason, I do wonder if there's a thing that a lot of the men don't want to appear on this show, especially the ones that are in relationships that aren't married. I say all that to say, I always wonder if these relationships are real when they are just shown as a date. I can't help it. And you can say people used to call me, oh, you hate Kenya Moore because you love Portia, you hate Kenya Moore. That is not the case at all. Kenya Moore is one of the greatest reality television stars of our time. Okay. She is beautiful, gorgeous. I absolutely adore her. I don't always like her antics. No, but I don't for real. I mean, people when I read these comments that people be saying, oh, you hate this person, I'm like, I don't know these people enough to hate them. They ain't done nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? You taking with my critique a little too personally. So anyway, as I state that, Kenya Moore fans, okay, I want you to understand this is not me coming for her, but this is just a general question that I always have when I see someone bringing in a new man, and you just have to wonder sometimes, is this for story? I wonder it for Sheree with Martell. I wonder it for Marlo with the chef man. And I also wonder it for Roy. Everybody gets it. Okay. Nobody leaves this conversation unscathed. Okay. So I do wonder, because I do understand that for a lot of the men that come on these shows, it is a bit of a hard time for them because they can become the object of conversation. And, I just, I wonder because they're also not getting paid. So anyway, somebody called me a flip flopper. Kay, call me what you like. Okay. That's where I'm at in life right now. You think I'm a flip flopper? Okay, I'll be that today. I'll be that today. For you, boo. I'll be that today. I'll be that today. I don't really care. And that's another thing. I do not care. You can call me every name in the book, okay? I can say something today and change my mind tomorrow. Guess why? Because it's my prerogative and my channel. Whoop. And so, having said that, um, if you calling me a flip flopper because I don't have dislike in any of these ladies, then you can call me a flip flopper all day. Okay. You can call me a dolphin, baby. You can call me whatever you want to call me. Go ahead. Have at it. Get your life, baby. Get your life. Write a dissertation on it. Please. Please. Just make sure to spell my name right. Anyway, so Sanya FaceTimes and asks, "Hey girl, hey, can you the auctioneer got the panorama. Can you come over to the Mommy Nation thing and be an auctioneer for me, even though that's not what you do, right?" And Kenya's like, "Well, absolutely sure." But in her confessional, she's like, "Now, this is the second time this woman has come to me to ask me to do some work for her, and she is not going through my agent. And I'm tired of it. There's proper channels of communication. And this is Sanya's issue in general. Let's talk about it right now because she's gonna have an issue with her sister. Let's talk about the Sanya Richie Rossi issue right now. Girl, you're unorganized. Okay, you're unorganized. You are unorganized. Okay, your assistant has quit, likely because you're unorganized. Your sister is mad at you, likely because you are unorganized. What you need, lady, is a real assistant. Stop hiring family members at a discounted rate. Because I know that's what you're probably doing. I know it is some type of trade-off. Y'all live in the house with me. You be on the TV. Y'all do the work for me. But girl, that also means that you have got to have some organizational skills of your own, okay, to coordinate things. And so that lack of organization often will lead you to then put other people in situations in which they really can't say no. You know what I'm saying? Kenya could have said no, but she would have looked like selfish, right? She would have looked a certain type of way. So she was like, you know what? It's for charity, of course. But dang, girl, the reality is you do need to go through proper channels of communication. Even if you guys are friends, it's still work. Two artists can be the best of friends, but they still need to have their management go through each other when they want to, and they labels when they want to secure a feature. That's how it works. You might call up Jay-Z and be like, I'm Jay-Z, I need you on this feature. And Jay-Z probably like, yeah, I do that. And then the next thing you know, you still got to work the details out and the paperwork out with the management teams and the labels and the coordinators and stuff like that. You don't just call somebody up and say on camera, "Hey girl, hey, you know what? I got a job for you." There's no pay involved actually either. So looking upon this example here is why we have to start working on organization for Sanya Richie Rossi. And that's going to begin with hiring someone who can come in and be a great executive assistant for you, and perhaps maybe even a house manager. Okay. You're going to need someone like a Don Juan. I do know that based on his Instagram, he is offering his services. So you may want to just, I don't know, give him a buzz. Maybe he can refer you to somebody in case his docket is busy. I don't know. But I'm just saying, clearly there are enough anthropotent Negroes down to the Atlanta where you can find somebody that you can call up and say, "Hey, I need some executive services. Where can we begin?" And then you want to fire your sister as your hairstylist, because the last thing you're going to do while I am having to host an event is make me cry, okay? You're not going to embarrass me in front of the camera and in front of the people and whatnot and woo-woo. Stop calling your sister last minute. When you got to start working with professionals outside of that, then you will learn the hard way that you can't just call them last minute and then expect that you're going to get services because you yourself are unorganized. Get yourself a true executive assistant. Find yourself a stylist that does not belong to the family tree. Okay, someone that can come in and you know that you have to schedule time with ahead of time. Okay, because you got the executive assistant on speed dial that's doing all the work, and you're meeting once a week, if not twice per week, to discuss your schedule to get things correct. I don't understand why you've been on this show for at this point now. What, this is your third season? How many seasons she been on there? Norman, how many years she been on this show? I don't know, but it's been long enough for you to learn. Drew got 18 assistants. Go take one of hers, okay? Speaking of Drew, she's at home with her sister, Allison. And we get a lot more information about Allison, like her background. I didn't know she had done so much, and I'm fascinated by this Drew and her sister storyline. Like, I want to know more because it seems so real. And I love when Drew is just with her family, and I love Drew not in conflict, to be quite honest with you. I feel like Drew in conflict tends to overreach and do too much, like throwing doggy bones and then bringing boom boxes and talking about profit lot. And it just be like, girl, where are we going here? Like stop it, slow down, whoa, whoa, whoa. But her with her sister and her mom, man, that scene hit me so hard because we all deal with mental health in our own individual ways. I am in I numero uno and like have been dealing with so much since losing one of my best friends. It has been the hardest past few months of my life. And there's some days where it's hard to get out of bed because it's just like you just realize how short life is. You know what I'm saying? And it just makes you look at life a lot differently to lose someone so suddenly. And so this scene resonated with me because I've just been dealing with my own mental angst and mental health. And it has changed how I view life in general. It has even changed how I operate here on YouTube and in this space. So, with that being said, to hear her sister's story and to hear that there was, DV involved and, she's had to go into psychiatric care before. Like, I really want to know more about her sister and her sister's relationship because they are also 20 years apart. And now we also learn that Drew is managing herself. I want to see as a story what that is like. What is it like to manage Drew Sidora? Because if you notice this season, we don't see all the 18 assistants anymore. We don't see that. Like last season, we saw all the assistants. This season, where are they now? They have left the building. Okay. They went running. All right. So I want to know where they at. What is it like to manage her career on her own now? Like, let's see that. Because is Ralph supposed to be managing it? Because it sounds like he part-time. Okay. You know what I'm saying? A little part-time lover. So anyway, Sheree and her fur, they head out to downtown Atlanta where the players play. And she's meeting up with the OGs, Deshaun, Lisa Wu, and Kim Zolciak. Now, is it just me? Or I like you, Lisa Wu. I like you. I do. I like you. I like you a lot. But why does it seem like every time she be in the scene, does it always feel to y'all like she a little intoxicated or something like that? Let me put the alleged badge up here because I don't want nobody to say that I'm calling this woman an alcoholic or anything like that because I am not. Okay. But don't it just seem like she's always like had a little something to drink on the way over, a little roadie or something like that in the car? Don't it seem like that? And listen, ain't nothing wrong with it. Sometimes, listen, I feel like if you ain't been on camera in a minute like that and you just been living your life and you got to show up now and the world gonna be criticizing you, I might be a little litty lit too. So I don't know. But what I do know is that every time she's in the scene, I do feel like, girl, did you sip on something strong beforehand? So anyway, there may be still a little tension between Kim and Lisa. And Kim, oh, carefree Kim just comes in just breezing and shaking her tatas and Yes, ladies, throwing that wig around and just, oh my God, I'm back. That's the energy she was giving. She was giving, I'm back on telly. Hey, girls, like, hi, get ready for my return. Okay. Anyway, what's also interesting is Sheree is telling them, like, that's when she suggests a vacation. I'm like, girl, are you suggesting that they come with y'all on the cash trip? Because that would be something right there. But anyway, as she's suggesting the vacation, thank you, Kay. Um, as she's suggesting the vacation, it feels as though she's suggesting a Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip vacation. That's how I took it. Because then she goes into the vacation that the girls are taking to Portugal. And, she mentions, all the girls are going, Kenya's going, and Kim is like, oh, she's still alive. I didn't like that. I do not like when people play with life and death, even in jokes. You know what I'm saying? So when people say, I'm not going to even use the phrase, go do this to yourself, like, and they be joking about it, to me, I don't play with words like that. So I didn't like how she played with that. To me, it again, and it could be because of the space that I'm in, but it's triggering for me when someone says something like that, because I do believe that there is power in the tongue. There's power in the words that we use about people. And I do feel like that we have to be responsible with our words. You understand what I'm saying? And I think that there's a thing about throwing shade. Yes, you could have thrown shade like, oh, I don't want to hear about that, B. I would have rather you said that than to say, oh, she's still alive. I don't like that I don't like that at all. It just it doesn't sit well with my spirits. And Kim, for you to be so close to the spirits and calling the psychic hotline or whatever it is that you were alleged to be doing, it's shocking to me that the spirits would allow you to say that. So anyway, Sheree feels like if all these OGs can put aside their differences, with the glaring exception that Nene is not in this scene. Okay, let's just get right into it. Of course, we know it's unlikely that Nene will ever return to Bravo, NBC Universal, or any of the above. Okay, so let's just put it right there right now. But in watching this scene, again, as I stated earlier, it was given the I, but not the T. Okay, let's just put it down like that. And now we've said it. Okay, in my Camille voice. So, then Lisa. First of all, Kim says, after 11 years, me and KROY are just doing so well. We're just doing good. As she tossing a wig to and fro and whatnot, and just tossing it back and forth. And I'm like, girl, really? Y'all doing so well. Are you? Tell us more. Tell me more about how well you guys are doing. Tell us. Because we want to know, because the timing sure is suspect that as the episode is airing, just as you all were announcing your divorce and calling 911 on each other like you guys were playing telephone tag, now all of a sudden, before the episode airs, shockingly, you're back together and you're not going to get divorced. Woo! What a thing, man. Isn't life crazy? Isn't the timing of life just so wild these days? I'm telling you, you look outside and you just never know what you're going to expect, okay? You never know what you're going to expect. Hey, Gadget Girl, thank you so much for the super chat. Yes, she was low for saying that. I do agree. All right. And so then Lisa is like, well, Kim, because this was around the time of that first foreclosure that we had heard about last year. Lisa brings it up about her home being in foreclosure. Kim says, oh, it wasn't on People magazine. Well, isn't that something, Kim? Because as much as you was calling allegedly these psychic hotlines, I'm shocked that they didn't tell you that you was going to be featured in People magazine much later on for another said foreclosure. Or it may not have been People, but it definitely was Page 6, TMZ, Radar Online, and all these other things like that. Not to mention the fact that there was the legal paperwork that was also involved that said that you was into the foreclosure not once but twice, the lady. And so in my mind, allegedly, and so in my mind, I'm just thinking to myself, maybe those calls to those 3-hour calls to those psychic networks, maybe they wasn't working. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like if they was, they would have been able to tell you, girl, the tax man cometh. Okay, the tax man come and they want their money. All right, and they charging interest. Okay, and you're not paying. Okay, so I'm surprised nobody foresaw that in your future. So anyway, um, and then Kim says, "Oh, it's an Instagram plot." Oh God. Oh, it's the Instagram plot. Oh, did the people on Instagram make up the paperwork from the county place? Okay, was that it? Was that what happened? Oh, that's what they was doing now. It was the AI. The AI got her. The AI made it up. Okay. It was the metaverse. It was Chat GTP. Somebody did it on there. Anyway, she says, "You think that I'm gonna foreclose on my house for $200,000?" Girl, I don't know what it is. At that point in time, we didn't even know you owed 1.1 million. At that point in time, was you paying Target? Because they said in September 2022 that you stopped paying that bill. Now, if I know that the Real Housewives of Atlanta started filming in at least about an October, girl, that tells me that in September you was not paying for allegedly the Target bill. Allegedly, y'all wasn't paying for the Rolls Royce or the Bentley bill. Allegedly, and y'all have stopped paying several other bills. So it's interesting that today in this scene, you are popping up around October, November, December, whenever you filmed this scene, and sat up in this scene and denied, and said that things were oh so great. But then all of a sudden, in the same time that the show was airing, we found out that things actually weren't so great. So none of this scene played out quite as I think she thought it would. Okay. Not to mention, she then claims, "Oh yeah, girl, I saw Kandi down to Portia's wedding, and we hugged and everything, but that don't mean that we cool or nothing like that." And and Lisa Wu is like, "Well, what's the problem?" And Kim is like, "Oh, and she get to shaking them tatas again, and she says, "Oh, I just, I just had a successful song, you know what I'm saying? And the people were singing it all over the world, you know what I mean? Girl, Kandi wrote that song, okay? Kandi wrote that song, sang the backgrounds on it, and quite frankly, without Kandi, you would not be known for this song. Let's just put it like that. Had Kandi not wrote that riff in the way that she wrote it and wrote that song in the way that she wrote it and sang them background, then we would not be singing that song today. Let's be clear, Casper. Let's be clear, okay? So don't sit up there and try to make it seem like downplay it because production did not let you downplay that moment. No, they did not, because they showed them signs, they showed them headlines about the money that was involved and how you got away with I ain't gonna say how you got away with what Annalise Keaton was talking about, but you did get away scot-free on this one. Okay, you did. Yes, you did, ma'am. And so now you're talking about, oh, you just had a hit song, girl, like you had some type of #1 on the Billboard hit chart. I mean, what in the world did she think what she was doing? I think she thought she was doing something there. I think she came in and she was shaking them tatas and she said, "I'm coming back to this thing. They're gonna be begging for me to come back. I'm gonna drop shade on everybody popular." You know what I'm saying? I think that's what she thought. Anyway, they talk about how the show has led to divorces for several of them, like Deshawn, who did not know it was coming, but she is dating. I doubt Deshawn will be willing to show who her dating life is. Lisa Wu is dating. She's a real estate broker now. Oh, and Sheree. Sheree says she's still dating Martell. Oh, now she's dating him. Sometimes she dating him, sometimes she not. I guess they just doing what grown folks do, allegedly. Okay, whatever that is. All right, pretending. I don't know. I don't know. Allegedly, that's what the streets are saying. I don't know. She says, "Oh, the man is such a good. He's a good man, Savannah. He's a good man, Savannah. He just gets a bad rap." And if by bad rap you mean the allegations that are happening right now with him, and the allegation that there is some type of intimate tape with him and his ex-wife that he has been trying to allegedly hold over her head like that, and it's gotten into the public eye, that is that the bad rap that you talking about that this man got? Because if that's it, I totally understand. But that's a good man, Savannah, and you cannot tell Sheree anything otherwise. Nobody's gonna let her think anything otherwise. Okay, nobody. Meanwhile, it's 7 a.m. It's 7 a.m. in the morning, and it's the day of the Mommy Nation brunch. KANDI really ain't got time to be there because she coming to and fro the Escape concerts, and she barely got time to film this show, to be honest with you. KANDI be like, where is the continuous checks? Okay, is these Escape shows, baby. And if you think I'm missing these Escape shows for you, then you got another thing coming. But I'll squeeze in some time today for you since it's a brunch, baby, and because they're gonna have some food there. Because KANDI, like me, like to eat. Okay. So anyway, she head on over there. But Sanya, oh Lord, Sanya didn't tell her sister that she needed her on the Mommy Nation Day. So her sister is snapping her head to and fro, yanking these curls in her head, you know what I'm saying? Bouncing that head around like this, about to fry it with the hot comb. And so her sister's got the attitude and is complaining about how Sanya don't respect their schedule, don't respect their lives and anything like that. And she need to go on someplace, and Sanya get to crying because she knows she right, and she knows she is not as organized as she probably should be because she don't have a real executive assistant, like I've been said. And so she get to crying, and the sister like, well, I ain't even coming to the event. I was like, so the sister's like, I ain't girl, stop them. I felt like the sister was 2 seconds away from saying, girl, if you don't stop faking with these crocodile tears. That's what I felt like sister was about to say. Sister, you've been on my mind. Oh, sister was tired, baby. Sister was tired, and sister was not letting her have it today, okay? And sister said, I'm out of here. I go on, all right? So anyway, Kenya is running late because there's some confusion over whether or not her +1, who I believe to be Akila, but I thought I saw security with her. I don't know, is going to be sitting with her. The dress was like not fitting. I don't know what it is. Anyway, she shows up finally about an hour and a half later, so or something like that. But she comes sauteing in, and she's like, you know what? The goal today was to raise 50,000, but we're gonna raise 100,000 because it's 50,000 at this table right here with the RHOA cast. All right. So really, 50,000 divided by the people that was at the table, according to KANDI and Drew, was about $7,000 each. So I was expecting everybody to donate $7,000 because KANDI was like, "You got your 7." I believe KANDI had her 7. She could have done it, but Drew was like, "You got your 7," and I was like, "Drew, do you got your 7?" Okay, because I ain't gonna talk about too much about what the girls say from the after show, but it sounded like they had to chase you down for that money. So anyway. Kenya donates the first 5,000. KANDI donates 5,000. Drew and Moneta, SHEREE. I felt like SHEREE was pressured into. I don't feel like SHEREE was about to donate no $5,000. To be honest, I really don't. And Marlo's donate, even though Kenya says it's gonna have to come from La eBay. Listen, don't hate on Lil eBay. Because you can sell some things on eBay now and make it quick. And she could probably sell some of them bags and make herself a good $5,000 and put that on over there at the Mommy Nation or whatever. But anyway, at the end of the day, they end up raising $78,000. And I felt like this is what I want to see on my Atlanta. I want to see Let's Go to Neiman's. I want to see I look hot with my back out. I want to see fundraising. I want to see us throwing money around. And throwing money at charities to be clear. Okay, to be clear, Casper. I want to see them throwing the money at the charities. Those are the types of carrying on I want to see. So at the end of the day, let me just readjust my rating because I was kind of satisfied with this episode to a certain degree. It didn't give a lot, but I don't necessarily feel like I need to. Even though the OGs gave an I and not the T, I'm going to give it an 8.3. How about that? There we go, an 8.3. You guys let me know what you were rated down in the comments down below. And with that,